So I have been working with Dawn one-on-one for about a year, and when she told me about this retreat, it was quite obvious that I was going to come, because working with her, you realize how much she integrates many different things. So I really trusted that if she leads a retreat, that it would be founded in a lot of really good information, but also ceremony and just her whole background with all her life experience. And I knew some people who were coming as well, so I didn't have to think long and hard about it. So on this retreat, what we're doing is a mixture of learning about, let's say, history, but in the version that is probably close to the truth. And a lot of things that have been kept secret from us. Examples of what happened to the women in the Middle Ages, examples of what happens actually with women's bodies. Not just about women, but just about our history on this planet that we have not really known the details. So there's been a lot of work which has been for the mind, and then we've also done physical work. So we have done different processes of where we have gone into meditation, we've done quite deep healing work. And I think what happens when you go on a retreat like this is you bring up shadow material and you work through it, and there's a transformation that happens when you come out the other side. So we're also doing a lot of connecting, and we're doing that when it feels right. We're doing it when we know each other, when we trust each other, and once we've developed relationships, and then we start to network. And I think that's the more feminine way of doing business, and that's why this idea of feminine leadership being the way forward is that because we just do this in a much more organic way, and I think this is what the Aquarian age, or what the world needs right now. So empowered feminine leadership is respecting the whole. It is respecting nature, respecting the individual. It is looking for the community aspect. It is leadership with compassion. It is leadership without having the profit at the forefront. So I think feminine leadership really sees that human qualities, human skills are much more important. This week for me has been really inspiring. I've met a lot of amazing women doing incredible work, and I feel we all hold a piece of the puzzle, and it's really this sense of we don't have to do it alone. And I think that's also an aspect of feminine leadership. This is not us fighting alone and being at the top of the ladder. This is turning hierarchy on its head. This is using circle as power from with rather than power over. And I have really come to the end of the week feeling really inspired. I've had lots of new ideas, and I've made lots of incredible connections with other women who are doing really important work in the world, I think. I think a lot of people are very scared. I think a lot of people are suffering, and I think we need to, as visionaries and leaders, we need to show them this new way, because it can't keep going on like this. We're living on a planet that is not sustainable. We're extracting our resources at the rate with the rising population that it cannot continue like this. We know this. The prophecies tell us this, the tribal leaders tell us this, anybody who has any common sense knows this, even the scientists know this. So what we need is fast solutions, and we need people to really understand that these solutions, they need all of us. They need all of us to take part, and we all play our role, and we all have our unique gifts to offer. So I know Dawn quite well personally as well, because I've been working with her for a year, and for me it's wonderful to see her also in this context. And I think what's really powerful about Dawn is that she has the background, she's done the work, she is a very smart woman who is able to integrate a lot of different, quite complex ideas and really break them down and ground them. And understanding these quite complex connections and being able to just make them real, simplify them as well. And her as a space holder, you could say as a priestess, I love the way that she brings that energy into that as well. And she is a human being. She's not being perfect. She's not up on her high horse. She's not being, oh, look at me do. It's not the Dawny show, she says. I think working with her or coming on a retreat like this, you're here for a reason. So anybody who's considering leadership or who feels called, because it's something that many of us might have like hidden from, I had it as a very small child, and then as I started working and I was in a hierarchical corporate structure, you sort of you get turned off from power because it's abused. So the word power is quite loaded, and leadership is as well, but I think this is a different type of leadership. This is the paradigm of leadership being not necessarily you at the front. You could be leading from different directions, and it is this idea of we're in a circle and we're all on the same level. So I think it is time for us to step up. I think it is time for us to come out of hiding, because the world needs a lot of leaders for us to make this transition in a peaceful way. When you come on a retreat like this, you catch a glimpse of what it could be like living in this new paradigm, in this world where we are more heart-centered, where we are more connected, where we're respecting nature, where we're living with the cycles. So it's a very interesting time to be living in.